It's your boy, Sense of Self. Today, it's gonna be deep, you know. I wanna discuss food for the mind and food for the vessel, you know. If you've been listening to my previous videos, especially the latest ones, you realize I broke down, what food truly is, you know. Spoke about the three stages of food or the three types of food for the vessel, you know. And I think this is such an important topic that I had to do the video, or I had to come and do this video today, you know. So, go right in, right? What is food for the mind and food for the vessel? You know, this is so deep because in today's time, we basically practically only know food for the vessel, which is the physical food that we all eat, you know, and it's deep. Once you start to understand the different stages of food or different levels of food, hold that thought. Sorry, guys. Okay, so once you start to understand, right, the different stages of food, right, you start to get an understanding of what food is. Physical food is a lower vibration of energy. Hence, the more you eat, the more you get sluggish. So one must ask, why is this supposed to give me energy, but I feel like going to sleep because I'm so full, you know? And on the other hand, when you talk about which one carries more weight in terms of which one are you supposed to pay more attention to, or in terms of the mind, the spirit, or the emotion and the physical food we eat, you realize you can go without physical food for about 2 weeks and above with no problems. You can go without water for quite a bit without no problems. But you can't go without air, oxygen, you know, the prana, the pure prana that we all inhale in and push out carbon dioxide. Why do you think we push out carbon dioxide when you suck in oxygen? Oxygen is like fire. You're burning. It's like energy. And in that, when fire is burning, that dark smoke that comes out, that's carbon. That's what you push out. You breathe out that, you push out air as well. That's also energy. It's deep, you know. But in today's time, we don't look at things in that perspective, you know, and it's mad. So anyway, let me not, digress, or let me not go too far away from my point I'm trying to make. But however, when it comes to the mind, right? What is food for the mind? This is very simple. One must understand thoughts manifest into substance, meaning anything that you think of, right? If you hold on it too long, or you put some kind of emotion into it, that emotion has become a substance. So in that substance, you're pulling, depending on the vibration of that thought that you have, it becomes either a good, clean substance or a sickness. These are the opposites, you know. And before it becomes physical sickness, it goes through its orders from a thought to substance into its physical vessel, you know. Sickness comes from the mind because it all depends on what your mind is dwelling on. As a physical being, your awareness is your physical self. And it's important for the awareness to dwell on things that it wants, never lacking, or else it becomes a resistance, push and pull, you know. Breathing good air, thinking good thoughts, trying to surround yourself with things that you want, never things that you don't want. Watching things that will uplift you, stimulate you. Listening to music is one of the deepest brainwashing, things we have in this society, you know. Because in today's time, real music has no substance, you know. It has no merits to it, and it's deep. As you already know, music is a universal language, you know, especially sound, not the words that is in the music, but the sounds. It pushes you into certain vibrations. When you go to certain therapists, they put music on. Music can heal you. That's like thoughts, vibrations, you know. These are all the true healthy foods for the mind, for the vessel. Anyone with a sound mind, you know, is always healthy. See, food is a very deep topic, you know, and it's crazy, very sensitive too, you know. And so today, my point I'm trying to make is one must understand the three aspects of food, or the three aspects of your being, and what they need to feed them. Because feeding the physical and neglecting the mental state is a reverse state of thinking, you know. It's so deep because, like I said, fasting has become a religion thing. And again, I'm not trying to go into that, but fasting actually must be like how you have morning breakfast, afternoon lunch, and then evening dinner. You should have once a day, at least once a day in the week, you should fully restrain from physical food and enjoy that prana. Be with your good thoughts. Enjoy what you do. And it's deep, you know. Having a definiteness of purpose, like I said. Having a goal, knowing what you want, and being on that journey to get it alone is food for the body, you know. You feel good, you know. When you eat physical food, it's crazy. It's just the feeling. Most of the time, it's the feeling, the taste. These are all vibrations. And if you understand science or biology, you understand when you talk about lower vibration of energy, you're talking about the lumbar spine and the lumbar part of the mind. Like you are pulling from your lumbar part of your mind, from your body, you know. And when you talk about breathing airs and oxygens, you're breathing from your higher self, you know, from the highest of your being, which is meaning the unseen parts. So it's pure. You know, when it gets to the physical, it's gone through all these stages. And not only that, though, it's deep if you can deep it. Not only do we kill, you know, the food we eat, we actually burn it by cooking it. That's what we're just burning it, cooking it. Again, I'm using these words for one to grasp, you know. It's just an awareness that I think is very important, you know, and it's deep, you know. If you don't eat once a day, right, and you don't, you know, always be in your lower self or vibrational thoughts, meaning always attracting. It's like this. The easiest way to know you are a negative person or a positive person is this. Every time something is said, right? Even if, let's say, there is 100 words said and there was only 2 words that was negative, you only pinpoint that negative one and expand it and make it into a thing. And the whole thing, the 90% of the bunch that was positive, you completely ignored it. That as a whole, or that in general, you are a negative person. This produces negative substance. It's a self thing. One must be aware, you know. Likewise applies to the opposite side. If you're someone that, it doesn't matter what someone is saying, as bad as it sounds, they always find the positive within that thing. That in general is someone who is positive thinker, sound mind. Those people, if you know them, you know they never get sick. They always are peace, regardless of the chaos around. That is true food for the vessel. The food that we eat is from the shop. It's a business, you know, and it's deep. And it doesn't matter whether you grow yourself or whatever you do. One must be aware. The plant is life too. It gives you oxygen. So this is not even an argument in terms of plant is not life. What? Plant is more alive than most humans. And it's deep, you know. Plants are alive. Everything around you is alive. Anything you put in your physical vessel to give you energy is light. It's alive. But that is the lower vibration because, like I said, it's like more dense. It's like lead or silver. You know, they are the heavy metals. And these are your lower parts of your spine. And again, this is all science. If you're a scientist, you get what I mean. And when you come to your coppers and your gold and your thoracic part of it, your heart part, you start to realize these metals are lighter and they are higher frequencies of light because they're the purest state, you know, and it's deep. Anyway, I don't want to go on for too long, you know. And anyone listening to me right now, you know, if you've been listening from the beginning and you truly deeped it, You know, I hope you took something from this, you know, because at the end of the day, if one is not aware of the mental aspect of food and the emotional aspect of food, the physical will be so pointless. They'll always have battles within themselves. There's always going to be fluctuation, always doing more than what you're supposed to do to maintain this vessel, you know. And I don't say this lightly, it's deep, you know. I'll give you a Jew before I leave though, you know. It's a system that I think if one can grasp, it gives you a bit more belief within yourself for you to create these peaceful states or peaceful experiences that will create good, healthy substances within your body, you know. So check this out, right? Now, we already know we all born with potential, you know. Every human being has the ability to become whatever they want, you know. The president is no different, you know. Whoever you admire, you can be like them too. This is the potential every human being has, you know. But the trick is, once this potential is pushed out, you call it baby, you know, the outside attack comes in, you call it your environment. And now this baby must be aware. This awareness brings thoughts, and these thoughts come from outer and within your being too, right? So you have potential, right? Now, potential and action. But again, your mind, your thoughts are the ones that will lead you to the right action. Either ways, if you have bad thoughts and it's strong enough, you will have action. You have good thoughts and you want to do it, you'll have action. Now, these two actions happen. This is the next stage, right? So you have action, how much action you put in, and then you have the results, right? These results can be either positive or negative, right? Now, this is what fuels the next stage, which is the belief, and it pumps more potential into the cycle, and it keep going around, if that makes sense. So you have potential, you have action, right? You have result, and then you have belief, and this repeats in a cycle of loop. And this is why, again, today, belief is so strong in today's time. So let me give an example of what I'm trying to say. Imagine you hate maths, right? You don't like doing maths, for example, right? And you have a math test, right? And straight away your thoughts were like, oh, fuck, I hate maths. I can't do it, right? By saying that, automatically your action will be less. And in that, your results will be exactly what your first thought was. You can't do it. So that intensifies your belief. And forever, your thoughts on maths, your potential will always be low, because to you, you're shit at it. And your results has always proved it. That has intensified your belief, which is deep. Now let's use the same example. Imagine you, the same person again. You do not like maths. You freaking hate maths, right? And at the same time, you have a maths test, right? And this test, even though you hate maths, straight away you said to yourself, you know what? I hate maths. I don't really like maths. But you know what? Fuck this. I'm going to make sure I get 100%. Immediately you do that. There's something called hypnotic cosmic habit force, you know, excuse me. Cosmic habit force is nature automatically opening up doors for you to see things or how you're supposed to do it. Don't forget, when you first had this thought, you had no idea that you can do it, but you just said, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. By doing that, you start to see things that will help you get to that goal, the result, the action, right? So you put the action in it, steady, learn, boom, boom, and your result is you get 100%. And straight away, what happens to your freaking belief? It goes so high because what? Your potential has increased. And you're like, fuck it, I'm invincible. You know, and it's deep. This is the formula that one must always be aware of, you know. It's your thoughts. Everybody is the same. Nobody is different. But the only difference between man is how you think, your thoughts. You know, how you think will either make you healthy or will either create diseases and chaos within self. How you think can either make you be in heaven on earth, or it can make you be in hell on earth. You know, the way you think can make you have peace every day or chaos every day. Again, I hope you get where I'm going with that, and it's deep, you know. So I'm gonna end here because I think I've said enough. you know, and he or she that this resonates with, I say like, subscribe, and comment. And that, peace, and balance.